Hey guys, welcome to the Everybody Just Calm Down, the podcast where we break down all the drama, shade, and iconic moments from your favorite reality TV shows. I'm your boy Po Theory.
And I'm Danielle.
And as you can see, we are missing one of our co-hosts. He is currently on PTO living his best life in Puerto Vallarta. I keep going to my story and stuff, and he out here on jet skis. Praise to the law. Like, what is going on?
Respect to the law. What I'm saying is him drinking out of a pineapple right now while I'm looking at snow is very disturbing.
I think it's quite ghetto, quite frankly.
Like,
and then look at this, and then get into this. Eat them up. This is too cute. This is too cute.
Look
That was like, look at them all in love and stuff.
Mind you, I was on the couch under a blanket, child, watching, trying to catch up on the show.
Child, I'm over here with my badass son that apparently want to get suspended from school. Like,
we both got badass sons.
No, it's just a mess out here. Yes, I'm talking about you. So, guys, obviously, we have not really been reviewing Married to Medicine, but we all watched Married to Medicine, and we thought it would be a great idea to just kind of give you guys our opinions and our viewpoints on the whole debacle that happened with Dr. G, Quad, Sweet Tea, and
King.
Kang, bro. Kang of the South. Ooh.
Big King.
Oh, yeah.
Poor the other men can't even wear. They gotta wear turtlenecks around King.
Hello. And the fact that they just keep highlighting it too, like keep bringing back to Mr. King. So even though we did just have like a continuation of what had happened last week, we will kind of jump in and highlight a little pieces of what happened last week. So, of course, Miss Messy Heavenly decides to have a game or like a questionnaire game where everybody basically has to answer questions about their relationship or what have you. Now, I find the seating arrangements quite interesting because I didn't understand why Dr. G and Sweet Tea was behind Quad and King, why they were even near each other.
I want to know, let's take it one step back, okay? I want to know why at this big age and in the stage of marriage that everyone else is in the group besides Quad and Mr. King, why we're even playing games like that. Because let's be honest and let's be completely transparent. Those large group coupled games, they actually never work.
They actually never work. It's either two things that happen. You end up fighting or...
And honestly, it's always going to be the fighting. It's always going to be the fighting. It's going to trigger one of the questions that are going to be asked in those questions or for those games. It's going to trigger one out of the 5 couples out of there or one out of the 10 couples, whatever it is. It's going to trigger someone. So those games never work. So you got to stop playing those.
No, I agree 1,000,000%. So, they're in the middle of doing the game. And I think the question that the question that kind of started it was about what type of parent their partners are. Right. And Quad just kind of jumps in immediately and says, oh, he's the just right type of parent. And they was like, wait, y'all got kids? And, they're responding like, no, but I've seen him, how he is. And Quad, of course, puts 20 on 10 and says, well, I want to bust it open for him because I see the way he is. Like, I ain't never had nobody. I'm the type of person that if I know somebody's trying to get my goat, you're not going to get my goat. If I know it, because some things are just like in my face, and I know you trying to get my goat.
And let's just take it one step further. We don't, from us on a personal standpoint too, what I will say is we don't need anybody to ignite this fire, baby. If anything's going to catch on fire, honey, I will be the perpetrator. I will start the fire and I will put it out if I choose to. Nobody can ramp me up. Nobody can literally just start me up for no reason. No, you're not going to get that. Especially coming from someone who is used to being not the shit starter, but a person that automatically is going to stab. If you say one thing to round them up, that's all they need.
Oh, 100%. And then I feel like who handled this the best out of everyone was Sweet Tea. I feel like at the end of the last episode, I think Sweet Tea handled it perfectly when she was just like laughing and joking with Quad. Even when Quad was turning around and doing all this stuff, well, I want to host y'all baby shower, which was crazy to say. Y'all need to be doing it more. Y'all need a baby Luxfer and all this stuff. Like that was so much. That was too much for me. And what's the name was laughing and Dr. G boiling.
Oh, he was.
Boiling.
And what I will say about that is I think that Sweet Tea and Quad can 100% cohabitate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
100%. And now, even seeing this last episode, it will always be Dr. G who is going to stop Sweet Tea from having any type of relationship with Quad. Let's just be real.
100%.
He cannot
100%.
stand that shit. He does not like it. He can't get over the fact. He can't get over the fact that his ex-wife and his new wife are actually friends, and they're cool, and they're not talking about his ass.
I don't understand for the life of me why you would go on this show. Because you went on this show thinking you was going to have the upper hand because your ex-wife is single and now you're married. You got married on this show and you thought, like, it ain't fun when a rabbit get the gun, essentially. And now you can't take it.
Well, yeah, and now you're starting shit.
He didn't even do it properly. Because if that were me, when she was doing all that stuff and talking about, it's the perfect wife for my ex-husband, I would have said, oh, you drinking a lot, ain't you? You drinking a lot. I would have did is you still drink like that. I know you used to do that when we lived together, when we were together. You might want to slow down on that. I would have just something real smooth like that. But he just because he's still in love with Quad. He's still in love with Quad.
So he's still in love with him. And let's be real, he's a little bitch.
Yeah, but I also think Quad has not let it go either. Because ain't no way in the world I'm gonna have somebody like King sitting next to me.
You want to know? Okay, so I agree with you, but let me stop. Okay, I agree with that Quad hasn't let that go, but I think Quad has it. It's not Dr. G. I think she actually really just can't stand him, and now that the more she's around him, like it kind of puts kind of an ick for her. What I do think she misses.
Well, she need to be upset with Dr. Heavenly because that's the reason that they're there.
That's the reason why they're there. What I think is that Quad misses is the marriage. Quad is a woman of a particular age with no children, and she's still dating. Yes, thank God she's in a great place with King. But out of this group, this group prides themselves on Black love, longevity marriages. They all stand on that. Everyone on that platform has been married almost 20 years or more. So for her, that's the one thing that these ladies will always have up on her is that she does not have the marriage. That actually does speak to her because she's a woman of a particular age. I think that bothers her, not Dr. G, but the fact that the marriage fails.
Yeah, I get that, but it's still like for me.
You think they're in love? You think there's a part of her that still loves him? Even after he was
even not even love. I said she's not over the situation. I don't even think it's love. I think it's a lot. It has a lot to do with it. Like, I mean, I'm just now starting to get to the point with my situation. There were certain things that happened after we broke up that I was like, oh, this is shiesty. This was petty, and it would upset me. It would bother me. And I think now, I think it's like a muscle that you have to flex. I am king of not letting someone see me sweat. You're not going to see that you got me upset or anything like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not that person when it comes to, oh, you want to fight? Oh, we gonna fight.
Right,
you want to argue? We gonna argue. But when it comes to like matters of the heart or feeling like, oh, you still got me, I'm still going over you, I will never give you that. I just explained to y'all about a situation that I had and how the game that I had to play. I don't want to get no details, but we're gonna be very general.
Yeah.
I just had a situation. I can say the airport. I had a situation at the airport and dying on the inside, but I kept it very cute. And I was very cute because I'm always very cute when I go to the airport.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to let nobody see me sweat. And I feel like, even though rightfully so, when Quad says she didn't say this is my show, but these are my friends. This is my friend circle. And you know what you were doing when you came on this show. You thought I was dead. You thought I was out for the count. You thought I was going to be this single girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then here you go.
But what you did,
bringing her own. Well, this is the thing though, because I'm sorry and call me crazy, but when you're a true bad bitch, I don't need to have nobody beside me. And this is no shade to Sweet Tea, but
no, go ahead.
Okay, I do want to say this because, and y'all, I know I'm about to be ate up in the comments about this. I know I'm about to be ate up in the comments about this. The disrespect that Sweet Tea gets, I do not like. It bothers me.
Yeah.
I do not like the disrespect that she receives. I don't like how they talk down to her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the
Their
even just
ages,
like,
their ages. Don't forget that they're very ageist when it
well,
comes to her.
100%. But I also don't like the fact that they feel like there's this huge wide dearth between how Quad shows up and how Sweet Tea shows up.
Right.
Let's be very clear. Quad is only a bad bitch because she's on Married to Medicine. If she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she would be the Drew of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's be very clear. So like this whole thing of like, oh, Sweet Tea is way below Quad. I'm sorry. Did you see that makeup and style and that yellow turban that she had on? And that with that outfit, like Quad is not that girl. She's only that girl on TV. Quiet as it's kept, the real baddie on that show is Toya. Toya is the baddie on that show.
The one with no job.
Right. And then the crazier part about it is, who be really killing the girls when it comes to reunions? It's always Dr. Jackie that killed the girl. It's Dr. Jackie and Toya that kill the girls at reunion. I've never been gagged over Quad. And even when I saw Sweet Tea in that episode when everything first happened, Sweet Tea's outfit was way better than Quad's. When she had on those heels with the swimsuit and the wrap, she looks very cute.
You know what I enjoyed about that is that she looks her age.
Yes, she was sexy. She looked good.
Trying to make sure that she's presenting herself as the doctor's wife. No, fuck that. You're still under 40. You not these old bitches.
Yes, exactly. She looked good. So I just think like continue to capitulate and make it seem like, oh, Quad is just light years ahead of this girl.
Yeah, that's a reach.
Okay. And I'm probably going to regret saying this because I always fight this, but I'm not a stylist. You would have to be to pull me out of to do something like that. You got to be up there. But let me get my hands on Sweet Tea. Let me get my hands on her.
Sweet Tea in because you know
like
what?
She is not a like it gags me because she's a pretty girl. And I see she can do some things. Like, let me get my hands on her if I was her stylist. I would eat her up.
You went like you're giving
Sweet
like
Tea's
or something.
Sweet Tea is a very pretty woman. She is just being aged. There are moments when I see Sweet Tea and I be like
50.
And then there are some moments I'm like, oh, okay, there you go. Because to me, she looks like Toya. Her and Toya look alike to me.
I can see a similarity.
But when she's on,
yes,
she looks like.
She's always trying to cover up them big titties, though.
Yeah, and it's just like, girl, she could do it and have some structure, some posture, honey. Because it's killing me. Them backs be like
scoliosis. Like I don't.
Yes,
like
stand up. I don't.
I mean, I think you dragged it a little bit when you said like so pretty, so gorgeous. That was a reach. I mean, we all know that I have a tiny little ick about Sweet Tea. I won't say why. We all know why, and personal reasons why I don't really care for Sweet Tea. I mean, she's a cute girl.
Yeah, and then also too, like, I don't get me wrong, I don't feel bad for Sweet Tea because she's not a victim. She knew she signed up when she came on this show,
and she
should have known.
Number one, and number two is you're acting like Sweet Tea did something wrong. She didn't take Quad away from Dr. G. Like she said, like Quad said it.
There's no overlap. There should be no beef.
There should be no beef at all. Quad has said it out of her mouth a million times. I left that marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I do feel bad for what Sweet Tea receives from that group. But again, that is still the point of people who think they can get over on certain people. If it was somebody else, I don't feel like they would have even come at her the same way. I think that they did her that A because of age and B because of who she actually married. Because let's be real, Dr. G is the sassiest out of all the husbands.
Not the sassiest, child. I cannot. So now they're going back and forth. And then next thing you know, Dr. G is yelling at Sweet Tea like she did anything wrong. You're the one that's losing it. Sweet Tea was actually keeping her cool.
First of all, and again, that's a sign to me of a sassy man. When I'm getting into it with someone, right? Don't you ever check me. Don't you ever check me in public. You could check me inside of our house all we want.
He grabbed her face. He said, "Look at me." Like he was
I don't
doing
like
all that.
I don't like that, especially if I'm going at it with somebody else. No, check this.
And when Quad said, "Ooh, child, my man would never yell at me like that."
When I say she ate that up, now that would have been fighting for me. For me, Sweet Tea should have jumped up then. Now that's the shit that actually should have started the real fight. Because that
actually, I disagree. Because you know what I would have done in that moment? You're right, Quad. I wish my man went and talked to me like that. Because since you want to yell at me, I'm over here with King and Quad. I'm over here with King and Quad now. Because you're not about to be yelling at me like that when you are the one that can't handle it. I'm keeping a smile on my face and actually standing toe-to-toe with this girl. And you yelling at me talking about don't interact with her. Then why the you got me on this show?
Why you got me on the show?
Are you kidding me?
Right there, it showed his weak. That showed his hand right there of a weakness.
Oh, 100%.
That showed his weakness.
Well, I tell you what showed his hand is that when they got back to that room and he's saying, just let her be. She got her man. She got her man. I said, oh, that's what it is. You jealous. You jealous.
You're so mad that she has someone that's actually like lit for her. That's what it comes down to. Because she could have been like every other housewife or woman on reality TV and just brought a man up there to show face, and then it would have been nothing. But the fact that he is at her beck and call, and this actually may work out, you're scared of that.
And willing to spend a coin on her because he was not willing to spend any coin. Gregory was not willing to spend a coin on Quad.
Did he have the coin to spend?
I think so. He had his own practice. I think, yeah. Dr. G seems like the type of person. No, what do you mean?
Didn't he go down for assault?
I'm talking about when they were married.
Fair.
And Dr. G seems like, to me, he's like a Simone. He's probably been in that house for ages. The house is probably paid off. If it has or like the mortgage is probably super cheap or whatever the case may be. He seems like he's really good with his money. I'm sure Dr. G does not need to be driving around in a Mini Cooper, but he does. He's probably really good with his money. He could probably come off a little bit more of his money, but he's just not that guy.
Being cheap though.
Yeah, 100%. And so he runs off. He leaves the room after they have their little argument in the bedroom. And what bothered me was, why are you chasing that man that keep running away from you? If he want to leave and get upset about his about his ex, let that man go. He'll come back. Like chasing him, where you at, and calling him, whatever happened to him, let it happen. Who cares? And then thank God for Toya. Toya said, well, why do you think he was mad? Oh, I don't think he was mad about, her saying all that. You what? Toya was like, yes, that's exactly what he was mad about. Toya will keep it real. Toya will keep it real. Toya always gonna keep it real.
Now that's a fact, and I do think that's what I love the most about Toya is that she does keep it real. But like I said, at the end of the day, the chasing of the man, never.
Hello.
Never.
Like, it's gaggy. So that's a wrap of this episode of Everybody Just Calm Down, the podcast. If you love this conversation, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and follow us on social media. We'll be back next time with more takes, more mess, and hopefully a little more calm. Until then, stay unbothered and keep calm. Peace.
Bye.